previous interview, right? You mentioned before like your songs were mostly like inspired by specific moods rather than being too personal. So can you share a mood or moment that inspired one of your favorite tracks?
Okay, let's go for a song on the album called
Mm.
Makar and Best Friend Part 2. Okay,
Mm.
these songs are direct inspiration from animation movies like
Mm.
Disney
Mm.
cartoons.
Mm. Mm.
So I'm a huge fan of soundtracks, Jurassic Park, Star Wars,
Mm.
all
Mm.
that. So that is the mood that I want to deliver to a listener, and I used Makar and Best Friend Part 2 to deliver that mood. Yeah.
Mm.
I wrote a whole story, like a storyline or whatever, and hopefully I delivered that mood. The mood of like, like cinematic
Mm-hmm.
strings, but then you feel like a child. You are vulnerable to talk about anything and not feel the need to sustain any perceived image.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. Nice.
Let's talk about a song that did not make into the album but became a viral sensation. We have to talk
Huge.
about it, right?
Huge.
Swipe when it came
Oh, sorry.
out, and then it was catchy
You blew
before
up, sir. Yeah.
before it blew up, right? We were talking about it, and then it was like, catchy per lagu ni. And then before you knew it, when you used TikTok, I think Hypebeast used your track. That
Yeah.
that was how big it
It
was.
became, yeah.
When you recorded the track, did you see it? Did you already see that? Okay, I'm trying to make something that's going to be like super catchy that the people, because what is popular now is like macam orang use it on TikTok videos,
Mm.
on
Mm.
macam Instagram videos kan.
Yeah.
Do you design it to be that way, or do you not see it at all? Macam when you did the
Mm.
track and then when it blew up, you was like taken aback by pleasantly surprised.
I think it was the latter. Dia
Mm-hmm.
macam I make all the songs the same way.
Okay.
Mm.
I
Mm.
wouldn't say form I wouldn't say the formula or the strategy is the same for every song,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say the intention and the sincerity is the same for every song.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just another song. I thought about the topic, went in the studio, tried to make a beat, didn't work, made some other songs. The next day, voice recorder,
Mm-hmm.
pulled up the voice recorder, listened back, oh yeah, that song yesterday, worked on it. Oh, this fits. Pop, pop, pop. And then it was called Tight actually. It wasn't called Swipe.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Tight, and the original sample was like fire. The original sample was a sample of Datuk Sri Vida
Oh.
punya IG live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
So in a song there's a part where it stops and after she comes
Dia
in and
masuk.
Yeah.
she
Yes.
says some crazy shit and after that the
Yes.
song starts back then. I got that inspiration from Watch the Throne.
Mm-hmm.
The song called uh, Ninjas in Paris.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's that
Mm.
short clip
Yes.
of a
Will
different
Ferrell.
voice, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, I don't think I've ever heard any Malay song in any genre that stops and has a script and
Mm-hmm.
after that
Mm.
starts again.
Continue.
It's usually outro or intro.
Mm.
So let's see where I can wham one like iconic piece of Malay culture
Mm-hmm.
in the song and flow. So I went on a whole like rage online to find what I knew
Mm-hmm.
and what I can be genuine about. That means not something that is just purely popular, but I knew nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And
Mm.
it
Mm.
needs to be something I knew about that everyone knows about. So I found like IG live, and then she was laughing. And then I had to take that laugh. Dia punya ketawa dia macam kekek gila babi. So, serious though. And then I cut that in and I put it in. Yes, and then I sent it in together with the album. And I said, this is the first single. Like this
Mm-hmm.
one needs to go out. And then Def Jam, they were like, just call her. and see whether she wants to be in it. And so it's like you can go ahead and do it because even if she doesn't want it, you just need to clear this thing. Matter of fact, it doesn't need to clear also because it's public domain. I'll have her either way. So they call, and then of course apa ni, she had to check with her daughter. I think so. Like, like do you know who this is? Just
This cat.
dia buat macam tu saya bila dia jumpa aku. Like she was like on FaceTime with her daughter. Dia tunjuk aku ni. Kenal tak siapa?
Kenal.
So
Cik B.
Cik B kat sini je. Tengah tengok aku macam ni.
Agak je.
Aku macam, ya Allah, janganlah cakap tak kenal. Malu, but straight up makcik but you cannot deny that was the energy that I wanted.
Yeah.
I watched the video of the making, right? And there's the one that she goes into the studio with kau. Right, that's on YouTube, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
YouTube then aku macam lepak saya kira macam kau cakap straight up makcik alih-alih on a song that macam, and then it fits so well, right? It fits so well, macam alih-alih ada that small intermission yang ada suara dia, and then kau macam was there a reason it did not feature in the album in the end?
It was, the album was in that trajectory punya, like in terms of sonics. It was that direction actually, like Swat, Check, it was there. But when I went to Indonesia and then I did Dari Jauh and 2 other songs, and I really wanted
Took it somewhere else.
the song to be in the album, you see, like especially Dari Jauh, I wanted Dari Jauh to be in the album. So because I wanted to do that, sebenarnya kalau kau tanya A&R, you ask any business person or anyone smart, essentially, they will say, put it in, right? Like it works, and it does work, right? But it's just my personal like integrity, like macam ada benda ni macam aku macam tak kena lah, saya tak boleh sebab we are moving away already from that song.
Yeah.
From the
Yeah.
initial plan lah.
Yeah, and as much as that thing, like a song like that would definitely generate more pull for the album and more eyes, more ears, and it's a great business decision. But like on my end, on the artist end, or the producer end, it's like I'll just make more. Like I'll just just make more, and then we'll see lah. I would prefer a cohesive album, a cohesive body of work. Well, you make hits, you make losses. That's it.
Just
Now that you
wow.
mentioned it, it would have sounded so
Out of place,
sonically different
Yeah.
but if that was featured in the album.
It was supposed to be after Teman. So Teman, and
so-
then after that, I cut the tension.
Straight. Wow. Okay.
So because I took out Swat, I still needed to cut the tension. So I made Red Flags.
You mentioned a bit of Malay culture earlier, right? So we all know that you always have wanted to preserve the Malay culture. What did it feel like to have a Malay song that blew up? I think those who are watching the Hypebeast crowd in general pun probably wouldn't have understood, given that it's international audience, right? But that track just blew out, and then it crossed every international boundary. Everybody knew, even some random videos were using. What were your thoughts about like the pride that you felt about it being so
It
international?
being so, yeah.
I remember just having one moment to myself. This is before the music video was released. I had a launch at a cinema dekat Pevi. And after that, when I went back, because the song went viral by itself, like marketing and all that, they had their plan, but their plan was to actually make the Datuk Sri Vidapat viral.
Oh,
Okay.
Like it almost felt like they didn't believe that the song was itself
blow.
was good enough.
Mm.
Like that was the focus, to have people do the TikTok. And aku ada TikTok account at that point in time, but I wasn't active. Like I had a TikTok account because TikTok opened up in Malaysia somewhere during the album with Sona, 2018 or some shit. So we were the first few people to have the account, and ever since then, I haven't been active, you know. So um, yeah. So when the song ran itself, and then the marketing team was like, okay, how do we position this? Because now we are learning on the go. Okay, so now let's feed it here. Let's push some budget here. Let's push some budget there. I felt a sense of like like I wanted to congratulate myself, like for always sticking by my side, for me to always stick by my side, even though I was being made doubtful sometimes. So I on the way back, aku kat dalam lift, and then inside the lift, from lobby to my level, I said, I will take in this moment. So aku macam like I did some crazy shit. Aku macam lompat lah, aku macam I told you. So, and then after that the lift opened, and then
That's
Cool
it.
lah.
done. I went back, and then I went back to the hotel, and I started working on check punya
Oh,
marketing.
terus.
So believe it or not, like throughout the whole promotion of Swipe, I was already moving on to the next songs, because that's my job, right?
Yeah.
Like the people, how long they want to listen to it, that's their job.
Yeah.
But
But
my
you
job
have to
is
follow up.
I have to
follow up with the
always
next.
contribute lah, like
Yeah.
provide music.
Swipe was crazy huge, kan. It became
Kan,
like
macam
any song that
budak-budak
becomes
NS
like a
semua
TikTok dance video
Dance
trend.
It's everywhere,
Right.
man.
It's
Everywhere.
so huge, right?
Yeah, like multiple. It didn't have one. You know, like how a TikTok song has that one trend.
Yep.
Like I think Swipe is one of those songs whereby they tak ada that one
few,
challenge.
Yeah.
Like there's a few.
I
People
think
just took it and ran with it.
Swipe was, I think the beat was so catchy, and you wrote it, or do you write it, or you wrote it very well using swipe as, you know, the English word. I think that's how everyone macam can relate. And then, you know, aku are the type, like all the other things that come in between macam just falls into place. So I think that's, I mean,
Aku surprised Tinder tak call kau macam to give kau a sponsorship ke apa.
Yeah.
Hey bro, we need to
Right.
use this track because it's essentially that. Macam aku bila dengar chorus aku cakap,
Right.
oh ni berbual pasal Tinder rupanya.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's
Was
crazy?
that where you were coming from?
You know what's crazy about that? During the demo stage, when I sent in the demo draft for the album, and Type was, I mean, like it was what Swipe was Type, right? So Type is song number 2. I sent it out, and then my manager calls me. Dia cakap, hey, Type, I'm gonna write to Tinder.
Okay.
So I said, did you listen to the song? I said, yeah. I said, you know, the song is not about dating, right? Like, it's about knowing what you like and standing by it regardless.
yeah.
We are just using,
The reference.
we are just using references of social media, like actions of social media. People will naturally gravitate to what they are most exposed to.
Yeah.
Right? So naturally, if it's a thing between you and your family and friends to know about Swipe and Type as a dating app, you will immediately fall into that category of immediately associating that song to that, especially if you know it as only a TikTok song, because it's only the chorus,
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
right? But I wrote it as, I remember there was hate on pandas, like Nike Panda.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And time tu aku belum pakai aku punya pair lagi. And then I'm saying like, in my algorithm, people are like, if I see another person wearing
The
pandas,
pandas.
and so I'm like, shit, but I love my pandas.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna wear it regardless, right? So
Yeah.
that is where it came from. Like
Oh,
if I like it,
Mm.
if I like it, I like it.
Yeah.
it doesn't
That's
need
it.
your validation.
That's why the verses are all
Yeah.
very I mean it's not cynical, but it's very Kimas, ni apa sial?
Asal?
What?
Oh, did you hear some shit? You didn't hear
Uh,
anything?
No.
Oh no.
Hmm.
It was only in my earphones. I said something, Siri picked it up and Googled it.
oh, dia continue.
Oh.
Tapi no worries lah, kita boleh cut it out.
Holy shit, that was scary a little bit.
Kan lagi dah pukul 12 lebih.
Yeah. But the verses is like tak nak jaga hati, lebih baik aku jujur.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Dah banyak situasi yang aku mengalami. Dia tak ada yang aku kesali. Dulu dorang bagi tahu nak kena buat macam ni. Kalau tak confirm tak boleh pergi.
Yeah.
Bila aku tak dengar dorang kata ego tinggi,
Tinggi. Yeah.
tak pandai bawa diri, korang boleh pergi mati kan. So yeah, but again, it's however people perceive it is not my. I cannot control it.
It's so amazing to think that Panda, Nike and Panda contributed to this track that became a mega hit. So now we know how your mind works. You see things like so differently. Like that
One of
comes
the worst
with
sneakers of
moods
all
kan.
time. Also, now everyone has been talking about it.
But speaking of Nike, right, I wanted to ask you something. I recently saw your Instagram post there. Is it a Nike Air Force or a Nike Air Max or what is it? And you
It's a
have to
Force.
customize.
Yeah,
the Force as well.
we're customizing Force ones.
So how do we get our
stock
hands on
Force.
this, or is
Yes.
this like a friends and family thing?
So, I want to do like a give back to the supporters who have been listening. So Nike was kind enough to provide with some fresh pairs on ice, and we're working with Undefeated in KL to
Damn,
customize
nice.
them, and we want to just give it out. So I think there's a whole there's a registration, and then there's I think it's a ballot. If I'm not too sure what gets you the pair of shoes, but they will be custom to your size. So that means like it's not we don't have them ready right now. We only have like a few pairs, but if you get it, then
Then you tell me the size.
let us know your size, and then
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
nanti after the show we can talk personally, Alyph.
One
You know what I
other
mean?
thing that
yeah.
very
Press for the odd-set lah. Come on.
Aku siap kau benda-benda macam ini.
Kau dah kutuk
Benda
dengan
ni,
Nike
benda ni
Panda.
tak stop. Benda ni tak stop. Macam
Speaking of
Dia baru
that,
kutuk kau punya Panda.
merch kan.
Everyone, bro. Can't
I
help.
wanted to ask you one thing about, like, I see this Major League Baseball kind of logo that you've been posting, right?
Yeah.
Are you coming out with new merch like caps or so that we
Yeah.
can register our interest again for this? No, seriously, are you coming out with new merch?
we're definitely planning.
Nice.
I've never put out merch before
Nice.
because I've always I feel this merch is also something that's very special. Like it has to be proper, then we can really do it, and it needs to have a proper backing. Like, why are you buying this merch? So we're planning, and yeah.
Nice.
Nice. So we'll be looking out for it. Nanti Apis kau message address kita. Ramai kali. Kira Ali-Ali. Kira tak
9 years
cakap
from now.
Tak cakap apa-apa. Ali-Ali ada macam
years
WhatsApp
from now.
address
9 years from now.
Apis ada email.
official lah.
Lagi aku email yang lama punya. Lagi satu.
Party Potions. Ali-Ali kau message Party Potions.
Tapi ada orang reply. Ada orang reply tau. Thank you,
yes.
sir, for your interest in Party Potions.
Itu pun scam website.
Scam. So,
Let me
scam.
forward you to our love potions department.
Thank you for registering your interest in our love potions. Dia macam some sex drug.
Saya tu
Betul
kalau
lah.
sampai muka dah lempang saya. Muka aku.
Betul lah.
You order daripada You order daripada mana?
Apa ni sampai?
Alyph. Tanya Alyph. Nombor dia
Alyph-
tak tukar.
Alyph
Nombor
yang
tak tukar Alyph. Nombor tak tukar. Naiki panda Alyph.
Dia kira dah tengok ni episod dan dia tailor to how to scam us of by selling shoes. Yalah. So merch will be something new. You are always pushing boundaries, and we know
Yeah
it.
man, yeah.
We being
Second that.
followers of your music for so long, right? We've seen you grow. So which musical experiment or risk that you took are you most proud of?
Bro, well, when you are slightly delusionally passionate in what you do, the risk is lower
Damn.
because that concept is almost non-existent to you, despite whatever people say around you or however dong nak advise you or whatever, like, you know. And I mean, in certain cases, it's dangerous lah if you're going down the wrong path. But again, this is tailor-made to everybody's life, kan? Some people might be delusional for the right things, some people for the things. Yeah, but for me, that was it. It was embedded in my head that this music industry just needs to be better than what it is now. I feel quite ashamed because, especially coming from the hip-hop scene and listening to what we have, and the variety of music that we provide to the audience, and then going out there performing on stages that are quoted commercial for everyone, and seeing the quality of acts and songs there, that some of them really pale in comparison to the quality that we have in the underground hip-hop scene. That kind of pissed me off a little bit. Like, why are some of us like not where you are right now? Because you're not that great, but you're here. Might be unfair to some people, but that was how I felt. I was just, yeah.
Kau point kat screen aku macam shit man.
No.
Tapi but it's something that everybody should know. Like we are not that great, and whether do we want to sink or swim? Do you want to do something about it to be better, or not, or just keep saying that, like what we talked about earlier, right? Asal tak ada orang support apa, we need to change. So I think that.
But you know what I mean? What I meant, right? I was talking about like how good quality our underground acts are.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
why are they not on the stages that I was on, and I'm looking at some of these acts? You know?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. So
So Hafiz, you have a next question?
Yeah. So okay, like
Honest
with your experience, right, working I mean, initially the starting stage of your career, primarily you were in Singapore, kan, mostly. So now you are working in Malaysia mostly, kan, safe to say, right? It's still a mix of both, but like mostly in
Yeah.
Malaysia. Like what would be deemed a key difference between the two country, so to speak, from your own experience?
in general,
Yeah, like maybe in terms of like shows, working with people, music wise, like maybe the artists and stuff, right? The people you work with.
yeah. I mean, it's the same essentially. It's just that over there, Malay people are majority, and here we're minority. So it's all the differences that come with being a majority and a minority. If you're a minority, then the people in general will feel a little bit more macam uptight, and what's the word, like very guarded guarded,
Self-preserve kan. Yeah. Boleh.
self-preserve,
Yeah.
very like a ruminating culture, a very swallow your sorrow culture. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like it's not when you're not majority, you're not loud. You're not, you know, because you feel like you don't own the place, like you have something to lose. So I need to be careful.
Okay. Okay. Fair point.
So that will spill into how your character is as an audience.
Mm. Mm.
That will spill into how your character is as a performer, as an
Yeah.
artist.
I
Yeah,
think both ways kan. Yeah.
yeah.
Both
So
ways.
however that is, you can figure it out. But in Malaysia, yeah, we majority, and there is a flourishing music industry. So yeah, but if you want to ask me, there are pros and cons everywhere.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I
Betul.
mean? Like if you want to
Yeah.
look at it, it's like life, bro. It's like not not somewhere will be all great.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like I
Like,
think it's one of those things yang you are on this side of the fence, you think the grass is greener. Same concept kan. But you
yeah,
over there, then you realize some things are better here, some
yeah.
things are better there. Yeah. Pros and cons.
So it's a matter of your who you are. I think then you can be anywhere.
Mm.
You know, like for
Fair
me,
point.
like I'm very comfortable with what I'm in for. So I can be. You need me anywhere. I'll be there. I'm not
Mm.
solely like I wouldn't say that um there is any need to just any need to say like, oh, this needs to be that and this needs to be this in order for this to be the same. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think you've performed like you had many shows in Singapore and also in Malaysia as well.
Hmm.
What would you name as your best show ever? Is there any?
Man, well, they're awesome shows. I love all my shows. I mean, I would love to say that the best show hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Like just like
Damn, yeah.
how my best song is not out yet, right? But
Mm.
um, if I want to say one of the memorable shows, it wasn't even my show. It was oh no, I would say it was my. No, it wasn't even my show. Like it was a Sonar slot on Good Vibes in
Mm.
2019, if I'm not wrong. And we just put out the album, and then he was like, I have like 45 minutes. I'm gonna stop in the middle and I'm gonna bring you out, and then we're just gonna do like we're just gonna do songs that people
Yeah.
probably don't even know about. And so that kind of brought me back to how it felt like to win over an audience by a song, even though it's their first time seeing you.
Mm.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know, sometimes you get confident. Like if you call me for a show, I pull up. I know that my supporters are gonna be there. They're gonna know my
Yeah.
songs, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes when you have these kind of situations, it's like, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
let's go. Like let's see
Work
if
It's time to
yeah,
work right?
betul.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it works, then you know, okay, we're doing something good right now. So yeah, and we had so much fun.
Segue to
Nice.
you performing with Sona, right? What was performing at Rolling Loud like? Because
Thai That was a Thai show
international,
kan?
right?
Yeah.
That, and then there were a lot of other acts. What was the whole experience like? Was it something? It's like okay, like, or do you get to like meet and connect with other artists to like maybe work in the future and things like that?
First and foremost, that one is I gotta give it to like Joe and like my manager. All of them, they have deep ties with hip hop. Dorang macam hip hop gila babi macam.
Yeah.
You know how New York hip hop is, like they're well connected,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So they have been putting in effort since they began rapping to be close to regional hip hop.
Mm.
So you go anywhere in Asia, they know people there, you know, and that came into an advantage for Rolling Loud because when Rolling Loud came down to Asia, I was like, when I heard the news, I was starstruck, like because Rolling Loud is a US thing, and you mean to tell me that there is a possibility that I get to see my favorite rappers in Pattaya? Like, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
So I brushed it off. Like I was like, this is nah. A few of my friends asked me, macam, are you performing? I say, are you insane or what? Because you know, like it's Rolling Loud.
It's Rolling Loud. Yeah.
It's
So
a huge male fest, right?
yeah. So because of Joe and them, we got the connect and they hit us up. Like I mean, like they already planned for a long time, but I only found out like closer to the date that we were gonna perform. And honestly, like, I wasn't ready. I felt like I haven't put in enough work to like deserve a stage like that. Like I feel macam aku rasa macam belum lagi lah. Like I'll feel it. Like I'll know when it feels right for me. But it'll be dumb to when people put in effort, and it'll be dumb to just say like, you know, it's not for me. Like I'm not ready. I obviously want to bask in the atmosphere, and so we did the show. But I did the least networking. Aku memang fail lah benda macam ni. Like the boys in them, they are like top notch. Like ada like satu kali ni outside the camp, and then ASAP Ferg was outside. dia tengah berbual dengan siapa entah. A-Witch, if I'm not wrong. A-Witch is a crazy rapper from Japan.
Baik saya lagu-lagu baru dia.
Gila babi. So we performed like same time dengan A-Witch. So Joe was there. I saw from inside. I'm inside with the team, and then Sona goes out and then joins the conversation. Aku takut sel. Aku macam
Nervous lah.
aku macam nervous. So everyone is like, Alyph, go out. Kau tak pernah sekali. I'm not gonna do that, right? I'll just stay here. She's like, you crazy. So when I saw the conversation about to dissipate, like it looked like they were about done, I said, okay, I'll go out. Then I'll go out, then don't want to say, I went out. After the conversation ended, naturally you're gonna take a photo. So they pose for a photo. When they pose for a photo, dorang semua tolak aku masuk. Okay? God knows how much I wanted to be in that photo.
Yeah.
Right? But me being so like in disbelief made me so afraid to even for somebody like that to look like I cannot imagine him looking at me like face to face and me being like, sup? So they pushed me in, and it seemed like, so when I came in, and then it was like, I said, confirm lah, chill lah, terus jadi mak dia kan.
Chill.
Tak apa asal. It immediately seemed like I was, or rather I felt like it seemed like I was too good for that photo. Like he might have thought macam like, apa pasal kau paksa dia ni tak nak ambil gambar apa?
Okay.
Faham tak? You know, yeah. But only I will know, and like the people close to me, they will only know that. You know, it's not that. It's just
I
that.
felt the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ready to face people who have put in so much more work and for the culture, and these people come from the culture. Kita semua pinjam saya. Like bila aku kat sana, and then macam malu juga aku tengok some Asians like macam ada when they do like some cornrows. You know, habis member macam pakai durag. Kan, habis macam aku pakai topi lah, tak tahu lah. But at certain points, it just felt like I'm boring your hip hop. You know?
Segan.
It's just segan sikit. Yeah. Some countries have been able to develop their own sound of hip hop.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of certain acts. Like most recently is the Garam and Madu.
Mm-hmm.
Like a song like that is so
Oh, it's
original.
from Indonesia macam dangdut sikit, is it?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So to me, like that's my advocate, because during Rolling Loud, right, I remember we were watching all the acts and then we're waiting for the next act. So there's a DJ playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't look at the slot times. I didn't know who was coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
DJ set ends. Boom, boom, it goes dark. And then suddenly you hear a British accent, right? The person says, "This is London." Boom.
No.
And then you see the roads, the the buildings,
Yeah.
and then this guy goes on with like a speech, right? Roadman, blah 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 blah, and so on. And then I stood there and I was like, and then zoom,
No.
boom, and then Central C keluar. Then I was like, I'm transported to London. That means before this, I've always been in Atlanta. I'm watching Atlanta trap. I'm watching New York bounce. And then suddenly they took me to London hip hop. When hip hop originated in New York, but now we're in London. So I told my friend, I said, what's our sound in Asia? Because if we were to make a hip hop song in English, what gives the listeners the reason to listen to an Asian person when they could listen to somebody who comes from the race and the culture originally making a dope song? There needs to be something unique about you that they can respect, that they love, that they're like, oh, I'm glad you took this from us and you made it your own. You made it your own in such a way that I cannot replicate it because it's already unique to your culture. You know what I
Make it
mean?
ours kan.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
it ours.
That's what UK has been able to successfully do, right? When you hear the beat and then it's hip hop from UK, right?
Yeah.
Dia macam unmistakably kau dengar
Betul.
Central C, kalau kau kena Dave, Geeks, all these people, right? When you hear them, you know this didn't come from the US.
You're right. And
Yeah.
how many years did it take?
It's just it's just like got
Recent
into like
lah,
mainstream, but
UK
they've
kira.
been there, they've been doing it for so long before it's been picked up.
And how long did it take? And hate it or love it, it was Drake.
Oh yeah, you put some of these guys on the map, right?
Like on the commercial map.
Yeah.
Top
you know,
boy.
so I mean, like I believe like we'll get there someday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not us, sometimes we plant the seeds lah, sometimes we can't
The generation after ke.
we can't be greedy for the glory lah. Kita nak kena macam some families in Singapore buy property, rumah tak furnish, this is for my children,
Jual usually.
yeah.
Planting the seeds.
Side
Kira
track
dah
rabak
second time
Gila
kita
babi.
dengar tau.
Side track
Imran,
rabak saya tu.
Imran dulu pun cakap planting
The
the seeds.
seeds.
So really got to plant some seeds. But it's so interesting and amazing to think that you are so humble, and this is not me like just saying, but because
Yeah, man.
although we are peers and we came from like a same, we will still look at you as someone who's made the breakthrough. Like you are to me like a proper celebrity, and
Yeah,
that's a fact. And then when I think about it, that you are so humble, when you mention that you don't feel good enough, it is such an eye opener that someone who is where you are right now can feel that way, kan?
Yeah.
Right? It's like a important lesson that
Thank you.
a lot of people can say. Thank you.
Lepas berapa tahun?
Thank you.
A lot of people
18
have.
tahun.
Tu kira aku pun dah 50 lebih siap.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Siul lah. So like I said, you are a celebrity in my eyes, and boy was so nervous to come on board for this episode also. How does it make you feel? Or you don't have, or you are just okay, you are still when people quote, I think even like someone like maybe Abang Sapa said that you are inspiration, and I'm
To the
sure a lot
next.
of people are now looking at you and looking at what you're doing and taking it as an inspiration. Does it make you feel a certain way, or you are still at the point where no, I'm not good enough?
I don't know, man. It's worrying. Like I know. I mean, I'm doing my own shit, and
Mm-hmm.
you know. I mean, it's flattering to know that you're an inspiration. I just hope that is the right influencer, like they're inspired by the right things.
Positive manner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I've always, I mean, in my heart, I've always hoped that people follow character, not product.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm.
Okay.
if you follow Steve Jobs, you don't follow the iPhone. You know what I mean?
You follow Steve
Mm.
Jobs.
Like, why? Why did he think like that? Why did he do that? Yeah, I feel like you'll be more original, like when you emulate somebody in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you are inspired and try to replicate a product, then the chances of you establishing your own lane decreases slightly,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Because dia macam kau akan lagi selesa kalau kau dapat kau punya own jalan lah kan. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be weird, bro. Like if you ask certain, I mean, like I watched some interviews of like some painters or whatever. Like when you listen to their inspiration, like it's almost nothing to do with whatever that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh.
So like it's weird. Like even Kanye is like Walt Disney. I mean, just a more pop culture reference
Yeah.
for
Reference
people who don't really follow like hip hop, man. Like I mean, Kanye throws out names like Elon Musk, whatever, Walt Disney and all this. Like, how do you bridge that and like workout song or like bridge that and
Where's the
like
link Where's the
Jesus
link?
walks? Like,
Yeah.
tak ada kan? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's about seeing how they think, and I think that I do that with people I'm with. Like the last thing I do is what I'm being told to do.
Hmm.
Okay.
The first thing I do is learn your character
Mm-hmm.
and how you move. So if you tell me to do this, then I'll be successful, right? Then I look at you, but I don't want your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Then there's no way I'm emulating anything that you have, right?
Yeah, correct. Like for
Nice.
someone else to set the benchmark for you. Okay, this is success. This is where you're supposed to be and stuff kan. Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah. So,
Earlier Matt said I was nervous. It's true, bro. Like I had to hit the gym.
Kau tengok.
I went to sweat it out earlier so I could calm myself down because I was just like so excited, like, and to know now talking to you, like, damn, like how humble you are. Truly an inspiration, including for myself, right? Like I think like what Matt said, I think you should embrace like some of these younger cats, looking up to you. Just embrace it. I think you're doing an amazing job. So like, just keep doing you, man. And I believe your advice on following your character. I think that is
Deep,
crazy,
deep,
man.
correct.
That is
That's quite.
crazy. That is good, man. Like, amazing, bro. Like,
We actually
so,
wanted to ask you what is the advice that you would give to the current generation of
yeah,
guys or the next generation that wants to. But I think you could not have worded it in a more perfect
exactly.
manner,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Like learn, know your character and learn your own character first.
yeah.
But okay, we will continue with a few more questions and then we'll let you go.
All right.
Thanks for being here. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning for those who are
Oh,
listening, right?
gila.
Yeah, man.
If
Satu.
you have
Tapi
worked
kita
with
pun
so many,
off air pun
gerak
masak
lagi.
juga.
You've worked with so many people. Is there a favorite artist for you to collaborate with?
No,
Mm.
Everyone is your favorite artist to
a
collaborate
few,
with.
a few.
A few.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is there a criteria? Do you reject people though? Like if people are like, "Hey, Lip, can you help me produce something?" Do you like have a criteria for people, or you are okay? Anyone, I will try and help you out.
I politely reject, but I will always offer solutions.
Okay,
Like
nice.
an alternative person to work with lah. You mean?
And I sincerely believe that you like in certain circumstances is like if I know what you want from me and this person can do it just
Okay,
as well.
better for
As
you.
well.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That
so um please go with this person, then this person can also like flourish. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
of
But I
speaking
think
of,
it's always difficult lah kan.
yeah.
The maybe people will take it as dia reject aku,
They want um
rejection. But
it's it's a I think it's a good lesson. Like I think people should be um okay, number one, I think that people should be challenged.
hmm,
It's a healthy thing to do.
Yeah.
It wakes you up a little bit from always thinking that you are great, even if you're great.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
You know, um, and but I will always make it a point to not end it in a way that was not helpful. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why
Okay. Yeah.
I will always give solutions. And with social media, you get to email, DM anybody you have always wanted to work with. So the frequency of requests gets even higher, right? As the years go by. And that makes me worried for these people because oftentimes I ask them if tomorrow you get a feature with Travis Scott
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
tomorrow. That means malam ni Travis flies you. You record the song, tomorrow go, boom. And the song does semi well.
Mm-hmm.
It does a bit, and then he puts out his album, and his whole album washes out this collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
right? So you have already hit the pinnacle feature that you have wanted. What do you do next? Because
Yeah.
you still have not achieved anything.
Mm.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
Mm.
just
Mm. Yeah.
it ends up being just another song that people
Yeah,
forget about. Yeah.
yeah. So this thing about like, oh yeah, I emailed this artist, I asked the artist, then don't want to work with me or so on, whatever. That's bullshit, really. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people are really assholes. Like, I wouldn't,
Yeah, lah, yeah. Yeah.
some people are real pricks. But on my stance, I require you to discover your own value and worth
Mm-hmm.
before we talk, because I need you to be able to stand on your 2 feet without me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need to challenge me. Like, I need to want to, hey, you got any song you're putting out that might need a feature?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or come to a time where you have achieved and you'll be like, okay, I think we're ready to work with this artist, that artist, that artist. Bro, it's healthy for them, and
Yeah.
it's a natural filter also lah. You filter out the people who have the tenacity, and for the people who break
Yeah.
easier, because
I think
again,
that's
this is the entertainment industry, right?
super helpful because there will be the artists who will, if because like you mentioned, so easy to reach out to somebody. There will be the artists that will take a payment and then just drop a 16 and I
That's
got the
it.
money, so
So
screw it, I just drop any 16 bars that maybe I wrote. So it goes to speak for the person that you are, that you actually trying to help the people to better themselves instead of just like doing it just for the money. You can easily do it, right? Like if I was to
Mm.
come up to you like, here's this X amount, and then you'll be like, okay, dia kasih aku duit, then I'll just drop any verse that I want. So it's brilliant that you think for everybody to better themselves. In terms of
Yeah.
collaboration, if there's one dream artist in the entire world that
Who
you
would
can
it be?
collaborate with, is there one
Would
person?
it be?
Rihanna.
Aku kalau boleh kasih kau high five, aku kasih siap
Apa?
bro.
Rihanna.
Re 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 re.
Not a fan, man.
Hafiz kira Hafiz just don't understand the.
I mean, I'm not
Eh,
hating.
tak kisah.
Damn.
Remember aku one shop, one of my closest friends benci Rihanna. Like,
Aku don't understand the hate lah. Although everybody's free to like who they want. Pasal bila aku NS dulu, habis at that point of time aku tak ada matai tau. So aku ada dua benda je aku tampal dekat locker aku. Satu poster Zouk Out 2010, satu gambar Rihanna. Yang selalu kena koyak gambar Rihanna. Habis aku book out, bawa balik barunya, diorang koyakkan lagi. Aku macam maybe that is why it never happen. Pasal bila aku letak tu poster Zouk Out, aku actually pergi tu Zouk Out je. So these NS buddies of mine, you bastards, that spot.
Could have been Rihanna,
you
man.
bastard.
Oh lah.
You ruin me.
Oh,
I'm
but
not even gonna comment on this.
I can imagine a track by you and then Rihanna kan. It'd be a banger for sure.
Oof.
Kan?
I mean,
Maybe it's so AI create AI
yeah, you can do that now, right? Can
Kan.
fantasy create satu track.
Damn.
Gini
Okay.
dia DM kau Rihanna Then
Bro,
kau
I
just
heard
macam
come on.
a flat no. Sorry. Thank you.
kau tanya
Thank
dia,
you.
kau tanya
18
dia,
years later.
kau tanya
Thank
dia,
you.
what have you done?
Betul,
Do you
kau
think
thank
you
you.
deserve?
Kau pay thank you nak kena politician ya. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Oh my. Okay,
Before we let you go, I
yeah,
got a
man.
question for you.
Come on. Tell us, Lip, your top 5 Singapore musicians could be today, yesterday, up and
Basically,
coming, anyone. Any, just give us 5.
Today or yesterday
5.
question.
Today or yesterday.
kira sama
Oh,
orang tau. Essentially sama orang.
Yeah. Today,
You want to say yesteryears.
Not many options.
up and
Today,
coming.
yesterday.
If you don't have
Yeah,
five,
man.
if you don't have five, you can give us three. If you don't have
Yeah,
three, you can just name
it could
one.
be, yeah. It
Tapi
could be anyone.
now I have so many.
Mhm.
There's so many good, great artists in Singapore.
Mhm.
I mean, let's not say favorite lah, because I say favorite, that means there are a lot of things that come with being your favorite, right?
That's right. That's right.
But I admire and I like a lot of local artists. They are so great. There's so much talent now.
Mhm.
Sapau, the crew that he runs with, Fire, Jabba,
Mm.
Raja, talented performer. And then we can go to let's name. Okay, Def Jam Boys, Yasin is crazy, YHB is crazy. If you go out of there, Wordsmith, San,
Oh, send the words.
Wordsmith is
Gila.
out of the world.
Yeah.
And then we can go to like Freaky Z. We can go to like non-hip hop. We can go to Hadi Mirza, and arguably, I think there is no voice better. I think Hadi Mirza takes like a certain singing range, and then Imran holds the other.
The other side. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have no competition in terms of that, especially in R&B. Let's go females. I loved the bravado of Mawa Baduri. I think the newer acts, I like a few stuff that Tish Erda has done. And she's with Ahmad Johnson. I mean, they're very active now. I think Aesop Cash dropped an album.
Zopo.
Yeah, him and he got a crew also. He got Reservoir Boys,
Reservoir
right?
Gang, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. Girls. There's this one girl. Her voice is amazing. Oh, that okay. There's one dia pakai tudung. But she sings English songs.
Pakai
Aku
tudung.
saw dia punya IG tak salah aku. Who
Yeah,
is
we
it
did a
siapa?
show together on Mediacorp.
Someone was sharing.
I think it was Shaza. I think her name. Yeah, Shaza.wave. She's amazing. I think is Kali Singaporean.
Yeah, Kali. Yeah.
Kali is fire. Uh, from back then, I mean, I have to thank Triple Noise
Mm-hmm.
because like Triple Noise made us like feel like we have our own Too Fat. Like it made me feel like
Yeah.
Singapore has something. And then bapa aku dulu he will always like cut out articles kalau ada macam Too Fat or and one of the articles Too Fat like name drop Triple Noise. So I was very proud. And then I know I'm missing out people, man. Fairone is great.
Love
You know,
everyone's new tracks, man.
yeah, he's been very active. I think the past year, and he's been promoting it. Shah Smooth is fire.
Yeah.
Oh, Yao is fire.
Yo.
Yao is fire. You know, yeah lah. I mean, I can go on and on.
Bro, it speaks volumes that people can have the tendency where they are busy with their own schedule, busy with their own music, that they do not bother to keep up, right? It's amazing that you name drop so many of these newer acts. I think that itself will serve as a motivation for them.
Inspiration,
So
man.
before I let you go, when the dust settles and when the curtain calls, what do you want people to know Alyph, the artist, legacy as?
I won't talk about that one now. I'll reply that some other time.
No way to go.
When you reach,
Maybe that's not something for me to decide.
brilliant. That is something we can touch on 18 years later.
Thank you.
Saham makin naik. Saham makin. Saham.
Man, you're so humble, man. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
We really like to
Thanks,
thank
man.
you for coming on board our podcast.
Thank you, man.
It's such an eye opener to dissect that mind of yours, whether it's moods to creating new songs, what you feel about yourself as an artist. It's been an absolute honor, and we thank you a lot for being with us today and spending your time talking with us as honestly as you could. We will wish you all the best. Oh, before I give another question, is there any video coming out from the storm? A music video?
Well, okay. Before I go to that, I did not mention because like when you ask me local acts, and then suddenly like a flood of like names.
Gosh.
Yeah, I cannot go without saying J Boy. I cannot go without saying you know, Akeem. The fuck. Well, you know, like Psycholectics, Excess. I cannot go without saying I mean Rauzan did, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he put out albums.
Yeah.
Bro,
You know, he put out a
kau punya song with Rauzan on his first album called Millionware. And at that, when I
Oh
listen
my
to
God.
that,
Yeah,
aku
yeah, yeah.
macam, Gary apa vibe siap lagu ni. Kira dia macam ada that Pharrell, Neptune.
yeah. But that was all him. I didn't do anything. He did everything. He did the beat and everything. And then you know, I mean beatboxing, like Zul, like Dani. Yeah, bro, like I'm missing a lot. Bless Fire, right? Yeah lah. Okay lah, I have to stop.
Man, I love it.
Sorry, my
the
fault.
amount of thought kau have
No need to
put
mention.
No, it's okay,
from
bro.
questions like macam rapid fire to up to now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you.
you were mentioning about the
Yeah.
video. Is there anyone coming out?
Anything with regards to the storm, anything that we can think of in terms of music videos or like merch on it, I'm tirelessly working on it. So
Oh man,
only
can't
when
wait,
it's only when something is like
Congrats.
done, ready, and it feels great, then
You should
boleh
be.
boleh ship
Why
Sydney I'll order some, bro.
vinyl I want to do like
I want some merch, bro. I'll
yeah,
buy I'll buy that, man.
yeah. But I mean, like
Yeah,
we got like posters and like
nice,
artwork variations.
nice.
Cantik.
Yeah, but
Thanks,
well,
man.
yeah.
Thanks, Alyph. Like,
Thank you.
truly inspirational. I feel so inspired, man. Sitting
Yeah,
down listening to you. Thank you, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, thank you for coming on our pod again, once
Thank you,
again.
sir.
Thank you. Peace. Anything?
Yeah, from my part, like Alyph, I've known you for quite some time, right?
Kira
Thank
Alif
you.
dah senyum tau.
Thank you.
Belum cakap. I mean,
Ini macam
since,
raya
since,
Pecewan. Alyph.
since saudara Alyph. Saudara Alyph, eh? I mean, we started knowing each other way back then. Right? We used to hang out more frequently. Of course, over the years, family and your life as an artist, as a celebrity. But one thing I can say, and I keep repeating to them offline, right, when we are in WhatsApp. There's one thing I know about you. The first time I ever know you, and now nothing changed. You are still you. Right, you have a good head above your shoulders. Carry on the fight, carry on what you are doing. And as a
Yeah,
friend,
man.
not because I'm biased, because you are my friend or anything, I'm so happy for you. And I am so proud of you, brother, to see where you are right now, to know that one of my friends made it there.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
I'm genuinely so happy for you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
No pressure, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, politician. With that
Thank
being
you.
said, we've come to the end of the episode.
Thank
If
you,
you
everyone.
want to listen to us, we are on Spotify. Follow our
Yep.
Spotify page.
Yep.
Give 5 stars, and then you can be kept abreast on the upcoming episodes, including
Don't forget
this.
to subscribe.
And then also subscribe to our YouTube page if you
That's
want to
right.
watch the video thing. Sometimes people like watching like celebrities or guests like laughing. I realized I got this one message from someone that said they didn't know Triple Noise was macam that funny when they watch the video, because it's not like someone from the scene kan. And then bila
Yeah.
they watch the video, they are like, sialah, I didn't know Triple Noise were macam that, like comedic and all that.
All right.
And that
So
is nothing, man, to reality.
to what you guys have been through.
Thank you.
It's been
Agama biasa lah.
it's been a pleasure. My name is Maddie,
I'm Haikal.
I'm Hafiz.
and kau jangan letak stormnya.
Tak. And
Hot step, bitch.
we are outside.